Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Amnesia: The Dark Descent, where we have acquired all the pieces of the orb, gotten captured, gotten out, and now we're back on the path towards defeating Alexander of Brennenburg. But let's read this note. Alexander became silent. He didn't know what to say. He could no longer recognize his friend sitting across the carriage. Huh.
18th of August, 1839. Tonight, we will unlock the power of the orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me, and I fear for my life more than ever. Just outside Altstadt lies a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farmer, lives with his wife and 3 children. Took the coach, went there. Our visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting his others.
So in this case, they are definitely attacking people who they know are not criminals. Like, Daniel had spent the beginning of his stint as a torturer knowing that the people he was executing were criminals. But by this point it didn't matter. The crying had stopped, and you could hear a whisper coming from the cell. They were up to something, and he would have to punish them. So at that point, but then again, the only reason why he has been in that position, like, okay, should Daniel be held responsible for all of his actions, as Alexander had been using him, or should he be held responsible because he was the one who performed them? Either way, let us carry on. I don't remember if I bothered looking at what was in this, well... Nope, there. See if I stand in the right spot. No. No. Then I can, if I stand in the right spot, then I could, pull this up without rotating. Do I have a bucket? Nope, I don't think I need that anymore. So let us carry on. Oh. It appears that the miasma is spreading. And I'm probably very close to insane, if I had to guess. Nope, just a slight headache. You'd think he'd be worse, but... Ah, what just hit me? I'm not entirely sure where I'm going right now, though. Oh, okay, this was the area that I was in before, except now it's covered in, miasma. Heck, the floor... Ah, jeez. Heck, the floor is covered in this stuff. So much so that I'm probably going to have to heal up at some point. I don't think this is... Nope. And I'm out of oil in the lantern. So let us fill that up. As far as that goes, probably let's jump over it so we don't get... Yeah. So we don't get hit. It looks like... I want to say I did light a few of these torches on my way down. But it looks like a few of them have gone out. And also it feels as though I'm running slower than I did before. Let's see, was there anything in this direction? No. Thing is, I don't want to use up all... Ah, damn it. I don't even know what's attacking me these days. Oh, hello. Ah, a laboratory. I believe this is what I need to succeed. Take that, chair. So... how does this work? Oh, there we go. So we've got a... The blood needs to be purified. Okay. And then it needed to be mixed with... Can't add ingredient as is. Heating the gland will not extract the poison. Okay, but I can extract that. Nope, nope. There we go. Okay, so that gets the mucus off the bone. No, not the orb. Burning the gland will not extract the poison. What will extract the poison? Ah, crushing it. And then... Nope, other... No, other... No, there we... Think this way. There we go. And it's done. Now, do I need a... Can I reassemble... I need an appropriate workshop space to use the tar. And I guess the workshop is not the laboratory. It seems like it would be the laboratory. Okay, let us progress forward. That is... Ah, damn it. That is backward. Let's see. Wound is bleeding quite badly. It would be nice to be able to proceed without having to worry about...
I thought I'd lost you. The castle trembled and I could hear the chancel collapse. The laboratory might be accessible now.
I've already accessed the laboratory, so... Ah, damn it. What is this? Okay, that will not budge. Ooh, what do we have here? A bone saw. Are you ready? Bone saw's ready.
did it. Thank goodness.
I am pretty awesome.
First, feed me the tonic, and then use the saw to remove my head. As the tonic begins to work, you'll be able to cut off my head without taking my life.
Aha.
Take my head and bring it with you. As you enter the gate, Alexander is opening in the inner sanctum. What do you mean? Why wouldn't you enter the gate?
Exactly. Why wouldn't you enter the gate by now? Alright. So let us give him the completed tonic.
Quickly, off with the head.
Yes, sir. I will just amputate your head. And then everything will be A-okay. At the very least, I don't have to worry about him talking to me again. That is a little bit odd. A little bit odd. But then again, I'm fighting against the strange and the supernatural, so... Alright. So I'm guessing that chancel office was supposed to be... or the way forward is supposed to be through here. Alexander saw that the evening had taken a toll on his friend's mind and barred him from the inner sanctum. He could no longer be trusted to be part of the ritual. So I believe the chancel was where I was heading. Yeah, when I was bum rushed by a whole bunch of goons. But now there are no goons to bum rush me. Where did the goons go? Okay, so the bridge... Holy. I really wish the floor and the wall would just stop attacking me. Because that's kind of annoying. And by kind of, I'm... Okay, I guess I'm not going in that direction. Is he still chasing me? Yes, he's still chasing me. And will I get there in time? Yes, I did. Is this the workshop I need? This is not the workshop I need. Okay. Now it is the workshop I need. I thought I was actually going to need a workshop and not, say, just the place where you put the orb together. Ah, crap. Nope, that's just killing me. Okay, so I assumed that the orb by itself was fine, but apparently I have to do other stuff. So let's go back a little bit. Avoid that weird pulsating mass coming from the ceiling. See if anything's in here, because the last time I went in here, there was a goon running about.
8th of August, 1839. I cannot believe what I have become. One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down, and what is her life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent. But to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
Alas, the hero had become the villain. Ah, This is the machinery. It's been all gooped up by vitae. Nope. Oh yeah. Nope. How am I expected to use this machinery? Do I just shove a head in there? Do I hit it with like a hammer and chisel? Because I can't seem to interact with this thing, which seems to be the thing that you probably want to interact with. Okay, so I do need to jam up the cogwheels with something larger in size than either the beam that I'm carrying so I guess let's go back upstairs, see if there's something I can grab that is bigger. Like a box or something? Or a rock? Let's find a rock. Maybe a big-ass rock. Or maybe something like a cinder block is better. There we go. Let's see if that was good enough. If that is satisfactory towards the needs of Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Hello. If you don't mind me, I'm just going to be going past. I told you not to mind me, sir. I'm not entirely sure what my options were there. I'm on a straight path. There are no turns. There's nothing to hide behind. Which way is... that way. So, am I ready to proceed? I am ready to proceed. To the inner sanctum at last. Whereas the sight of her lifeless body crippled his psyche, he tried to remove himself from the scene, but he could not. Instead, he fell to his knees and begged her for forgiveness. But she's dead, so he's not getting any. Forgiveness, that is. Let's see. I am out of... oil pickups. The door will not open. There is a lever for me to push. Of course, just because you're at the end doesn't mean there isn't going to be a puzzle of some sort. This is new. Ancient desks.
19th of August, 1839. It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination. Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster! And now, I merely await my death. I am too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I am as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
This also kind of brings up the idea that it makes sense that Daniel doesn't have a weapon in this game. As if that's a method for him to find redemption in himself by not only erasing his past, but also preventing himself from wielding a weapon again. Was that enough? Oh, hold on. Was that satisfactory to your needs, video game? Let's find out. If any other doors have opened, this door has opened. The video game has been satisfied. And no note. Just another blood sacrifice, I presume. I'm probably not going to use many of these. Tinder boxes. So I might as well use them now. And also, I guess there goes the last healing item. Now will this open? This door will not open. What am I missing? Okay. It appears that Daniel is losing it. Or has lost it. And the Vitae has claimed this area. Great. Ah. Oh, god damn it. Am I out of health potions? I am out of health potions. The orb chamber. If it wasn't for Alexander, he would still be innocent and be able to die, so...
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see Agrippa convinced you to run some errands. Tell me, is everything nice and clear now?
Is he naked?
Good and evil. Such comforting concepts, but hardly applicable. Are you so blind that you see no good in me or evil in Agrippa?
Okay, so what am I expected to do?
Don't do that. I realize you doubt my intentions. Why would I take such extreme measures to save your life?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm saving mine too.
That's Okay. Nope. Climb over that.
Do you see it? A whole other world. Is it
Okay.
I can finally return home. But no, you fool! You have ruined us.
So Daniel dies and... Oh, I'm still playing.
There he is. Do you see him, Vaya? He deserves so much more. Please, help him. I know you can. Don't worry, Daniel. It will be all right.
Huh. Okay. At long last, I've finished Amnesia: The Dark Descent. And I gotta say, I guess it was okay. I don't know how well it's necessarily aged, or maybe it's just because I'm not that big of a fan of the whole sanity effect thing. But in regards to conjuring atmosphere, it does an excellent job. Probably the biggest problem I have with it is how some of the puzzles are arranged, because, and this is something they do, I think the designer did a lot better with Soma, because with Soma, like, everything's pretty clear as to what you need to do, whereas here, the limiting factor is light, especially the fact of the lack of light. If there's something you need to find in the environment, a lot of items tend to highlight kind of like a bluish hue. But if it's something that you interact with, let's say, for instance, towards the end of the game, there was a grate I was supposed to open up in order to access the blood underneath. I did not see the grate as an interactable object. So that kind of brings around that entire idea of, like, the adventure game being like scanning every single pixel in search of something that you can interact with. But the game is very dark, and in order to use a light source in order to see what's in front of you, that uses up lantern oil, that uses up, I've already forgot what they're called. It uses up that other item that is used to light candles. So you're very limited in regards to what items, like the amount of items you have that create light, and your own lantern oil to create light. So the act of exploration and finding things is very frequently you just kind of roaming around the darkness. And this especially contrasts to a very basic game idea that was especially pushed, I want to say, by Gabe Newell for the Half-Life series, in that if you want a player to look at something, you position a light next to that something. But in this case, the idea of the game is to present you with a castle that has no lights, that's trapped you in darkness, which kind of especially makes it very difficult to find things. Not to mention, sometimes the puzzles are a little bit on the esoteric side. It's like, I spent, especially towards the end of the game, I kept wondering, okay, so what am I actually supposed to do? Not to mention, the act of exploration sometimes puts you directly in harm's way, and the monsters in the game aren't that interesting, especially in regards to trying to stealth around. Largely because there's a very limited recourse. Like, you look at video games like Alien Isolation, in which you are presented with a single superpowered enemy. And I feel with Alien Isolation, you have more opportunity for hiding from the enemy. There's so many different things you can do to hide from the enemy. Versus this game where sometimes you don't even have anything. Like you're walking down a bridge and you've got, like, there's nothing. There are no alternate paths. There's no cupboards to hide in. There's only really the one or two at the beginning of the game, and that's it. So overall, I don't know if this game has necessarily aged that well, how I would have considered it when it was new. Maybe I would call this, if I had to give it a score, 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.